If you're watching this on YouTube, welcome to the second YouTube channel. This is my tips for small streamers and content creators of any kind. We're gonna kind of go through, talk about my story of how I got to where I am today, and then we're gonna go through and give you guys a couple more generic tips and more tips that I think could help you grow a community on whatever platform you choose to stream on. I started streaming on Twitch in April of 2017, which is a little over 4 years ago. So I have a lot of experience in the streaming industry. One of the biggest things that I learned in my first year of streaming, which I streamed for less than 10 viewers for the entire pretty much first year of my streaming career, is how to talk to nobody and how to talk to chat. And that is one of the biggest things that I think not a lot of new streamers really learn. Everyone kind of just starts streaming and they don't really think about the content they're putting out. So one of the biggest things that I tell new streamers to do is to just go live. And no matter what content you produce, it's probably going to be bad, and that's okay because that's how you learn. What I did initially to learn from my own streams is actually watch my own stream back, which not a lot of people do anymore, which is kind of confusing to me, because if you want somebody else to watch your stream, you should probably be aware of the content you're putting out. Watch your stream back. It's probably not great, and you're gonna notice there's a lot of dead time. There's a lot of time where you're not talking, somebody's not talking, there's nothing happening on the stream. What you want to do is minimize those times on your stream. I realized that I had a lot of dead time on my stream. So, as a high-level Overwatch player, I started to just play the game, and as I'm playing, I wasn't talking to my team in-game. I obviously was at times, but I was mainly just talking out my thought process and the decisions that I was making. So I got really good at talking out my mental process just while playing a game. If somebody managed to scroll down to, 1 to 2 viewers on Twitch and they clicked on my stream, I didn't want me to just be like, just playing games. Like, you need to be energetic and entertaining and talking. Otherwise, somebody's just gonna completely click off your stream right away. I don't want to dive too much into my story because a lot of you guys know it if you watch the 100K video on my main channel. One of the biggest tips I give to people is not necessarily a healthy tip, because you shouldn't do this all the time, but for the beginning process of your streams is compare yourself to the top streamer in a category that you're streaming in. So if you're playing Valorant, go ahead and click on the top, 1 to 5 streamers. Take a look at their stream, see what they're doing, and compare it to the quality of content you're putting out. If you're streaming in that same category, you are competing for viewers. So your content should be at least semi-comparable to that. One of the biggest things you need to do is find something, especially in today's world of Twitch, that sets yourself apart from every other streamer. And for me, for the longest time, that was backflips. You guys know me as the backflip guy. I did a backflip for every follower. Believe it or not, the first 2,000 followers I got on my Twitch channel, I did a backflip for every one of those follows. And then eventually it came the time to transition that to subs. That is still a big part of my brand and personality, and it sets me apart. So, what is your backflip? You gotta think about what is your thing that's gonna set yourself apart. If somebody had a stream and they said, drawing everybody that follows, that's really cool. That's super clickable. You really need to focus on the content you're producing before you focus on bringing viewers in. Because if you blast out on social media and Discord, Twitter, Instagram, I'm live on Twitch, everybody come check me out, and your content sucks, people are gonna leave. It's important to have good content before you start advertising yourself. That doesn't mean you shouldn't be trying to make good content. Like, you kind of need to go, okay, I'm gonna start streaming, I'm gonna work on my content, and then I'm gonna start promoting myself a lot more. This is for like kind of newer streamers, but the majority of this video is going to dive into a lot more for some streamers that are more established. The last part of this, the last subsection of content and quality, is be ready for when viewers come into stream. And that's kind of a point we already talked about a little bit. If somebody jumps in your stream and they just see you sitting there, with a dead stare on your computer screen, they're going to leave. So be ready to capitalize for when viewers come into your stream. If somebody drops you a big host, maybe have something special that you do for a host, or a little introduction that you do. Basically, you have to be ready for the biggest host of your life to happen, because it could happen the next time you go live. We're going to jump into the second section here, which is marketing. And that is something that I have learned so much about in the last couple of years, especially with the growth on YouTube. And the first point here is to balance content and marketing, meaning that you want to put out a decent amount of content, but you also want to market the best parts of your content so that people are trafficked to your main platform. So if your main platform is Twitch, you want to put out obviously your best clips. You don't want to just put out your crappy clips that like don't have as much importance. If you put 10 clips out a day, there's probably not a very good chance of somebody finding you versus if you put one really good clip out a day. The best way to grow on Twitch, if you're streaming on Twitch, is to promote yourself outside of Twitch. There is no algorithm, meaning that if you have less than 10 viewers, it is very, very difficult to grow as a streamer. Let's just go ahead and take a look at the Valorant streaming community right now of who's live on Twitch. Right now, I'm streaming just chatting, and I have like 500 viewers plus right now. So I would fall right here, which is great because that means a lot of eyeballs would be on my stream. If you scroll down here, if you have 10 viewers, the likelihood of somebody scrolling down to find you is not very high. It does happen, but it's a lot less likely. And that's for just 10 viewers. Imagine going down to, you know, like 1 or 2. Very hard to grow organically on Twitch. So the best thing that you can do is pick 3 or 4 different social medias and post on them consistently. So I would recommend Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Post your short form content on those platforms because they do have algorithms that is going to promote your content, especially TikTok. If you're not posting on TikTok as a small streamer, you are missing out on a big opportunity to grow your audience. I know not every streamer wants to be a YouTuber, but if you want to grow your content consistently, I would highly recommend building a YouTube channel. And even if you're just putting one short video out, like a 2-minute video out a week, if you spend 6 hours editing a YouTube video once a week, that's way more important than spending that 6 hours on stream because over time, that is really going to grow up and that could potentially boost your stream into some place that you would never expect. It's really hard to translate viewers from TikTok or Instagram over to another platform like YouTube or Twitch. That doesn't mean it's bad because you're still growing your brand and growing yourself and learning a lot by posting on these social medias consistently. The best way to grow your Twitch though is to be posting on YouTube consistently. For me personally, that is something that took me way too long to learn. I always put YouTube on the back burner and never really put a lot of time into that content. I did make a lot of videos, but none of them really took off. So I would spend, 6 to 8 hours editing a video, and then I'd be like, man, that got 100 views. And I spent 8 hours editing that video. That's a bummer. And that would discourage me because I could have spent that 8 hours streaming. But what you don't realize is in the grand scheme of things, that 8 hours that you spend putting into that YouTube video is building something up so much bigger than you can see. And so you're really building it up long term and you're gonna learn a lot from posting on YouTube consistently. I basically built my own community up from a lot of like really cool trick shots in Fortnite from Reddit. So I posted on Reddit because that is an untapped like marketplace of promoting your stream. So if you have a really, really cool clip, not all your clips, and definitely not all your clips, but I became one of like a very, very well-known member of the community in Reddit just based on doing backflip trick shots in Fortnite. You could do the same thing in Valorant if you have a really, really cool clip. The thing is, Reddit, since it's very open, a lot of subreddits have a lot of moderation about self-promotion, but if you have a weird glitch that happens, or if you're one of the first people to find something, you could definitely create some content and promote yourself on Reddit through that, which is pretty cool. Instagram and TikTok, I would say, are the hardest platforms to get somebody off of. I have like 170 something thousand followers on Instagram. My Twitch and YouTube is still less than that right now. But I've had that 170 plus thousand followers for like 2 years. And it took me a long time to realize that because there were so many views coming in. There was a time period, if you go back on my Instagram, where I was averaging like 200 to 500,000 views a video, a clip on Instagram. And for me in my brain, I was thinking, oh, this is great. I'm getting so much exposure, but it resulted in very little growth on Twitch. It was maybe, 10, 20 followers on Twitch a day from Instagram, which is still a lot if you think about it. But it's not necessarily enough to really pursue that as like a main source of your growth. Create a familiarity so that when your stream does come up on somebody's page or your YouTube video does come up on somebody's recommended feed, they're gonna be like, oh, I know that guy. I follow him on TikTok. Oh, I know that guy. I follow him on Instagram. And that kind of creates a familiarity so that they'll click on your content elsewhere. It's not necessarily like the intention of them is to get them from TikTok directly to your platform. So it's kind of just to build your brand up and create name recognition for yourself. That's pretty much all you should think about as TikTok and Instagram, if that makes sense. I think the best thing you can do is create original content by yourself, but doing it with other people isn't a bad idea. It almost creates like an echo chamber of communities. Because if you just combined like 5 smaller streamers communities and put them into one stream, yeah, you'd have a decent amount of viewers, but none of them are actually like yours. Like only the, 20% of those would actually be the people watching for you. I would say the best use of your time is to spend it creating original content. And if that's with people, that's great. If it's not, that's great. Do what's best for you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I got Chick-fil-A. This is how I got picked up by Cloud9. I posted a video on Reddit. We could throw this, I'll link to this in the video in the description if somebody wants to watch this or anything. I basically saw an opportunity. At the time, this was very early on in Fortnite, but TSM was looking to pick up a 4th member for their Fortnite roster. And I saw an opportunity because Daquan, one of the, the leaders, was looking for his specific partner. And he basically made a video that was talking about the criteria that he saw in his future partner. They weren't putting out like an open application. They weren't saying, hey, we're looking for this person. It was just kind of like, they have 3. They probably are going to look for a 4th. So I made a very public application to everyone and I put it on Reddit, and this is my most upvoted, most viewed video on Reddit. You used to be able to actually see how many views that it has, but it was over 500,000 views on Reddit. And for that to be like intentional views and 34,000 upvotes, that is insane. And from going from literally no opportunity there to getting signed to Cloud9 is insane. I had less than 4,000 followers on Twitch at the time. And they reached out to me and said, hey, would you like to be a professional Fortnite player? And I said, no, but I'll sign as a content creator. So that allows me to be flexible and, switch games. Now I'm obviously on Valorant. And ever since then, I've stayed with Cloud9 and it's been awesome. So that's how I got picked up by Cloud9. I didn't, apply. They reached out to me and I put myself out there and created my own opportunity. It's really important to consistently bring the same energy and same vibe to the stream every day. Because if you come in one day, and I'm not saying you can't have like an off day or a bad day, but if you come in one day and you're just pissed and you're yelling at everybody and everybody knows you as like this nice guy that's, having a good time and happy vibes, people are gonna like be so confused and so lost. It took me a while to figure that out too, because there was a time where I kind of did get pretty like angry at like teammates that were making poor decisions and then like, blaming everyone else for that. And I still get a little angry about that, but I'm not like yelling at anyone or cursing at anyone or putting anyone down. It's really important to realize how your energy plays off on the people in your chat. Viewers directly do play off your energy. So if you're happy and you're having a good time, guess what? Chat's gonna be happy and having a good time. And if you're not and you're pissed, everyone's gonna be pissed for you. So it's really important to have like the same energy, and the energy that you want to have reflected in your chat is the energy you need to bring to the table. A great way to get new people into your Twitch stream, especially after your content's already good, make sure you're not just first stream on Twitch. Join lots of other people's Discords and in communities that you want to be a part of. If you want to join mine, we have a content promotion section in there. It's discord.gg/Keeoh. There'll be a link in the description as well. The biggest thing is though, don't just go into the Discord server and paste your going live link every time in content promotion. Have a chat. Talk in the general chat of whatever Discord you join, or I have a sub room. If you're a sub there, talk there. Make sure people know who you are. Otherwise, you're just like promoting your content and nobody's gonna click on that because nobody has any idea who you are. So if you're having a couple conversations with some people, like, people are much more inclined to go check you out because they're like, oh, I recognize this from this guy from Discord. I talked to him before. That's a great way to start growing your own little community from like little pockets of other, bigger people's communities, if that makes sense. That seems like a good place to end the video. I have no idea how long this is going to be, but if you saw this on the second channel, thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, leave them below. I'll try to respond to a couple of them. And if, you found any other ideas for Keeoh 2 advice sessions, let me know. Leave a comment. We'd love to read it. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Catch you in the next one. Peace.